Good morning. I'm here with Nancy Ingram, candidate for Johnson County Community College Board of Trustees. On behalf of the Johnson County Public Policy Council, thank you, Nancy, for being here today. The Johnson County Public Policy Council is made up of 10 chambers of commerce serving businesses in Johnson County and provides information about public policy issues impacting area businesses. Nancy, let's go ahead and get started. So tell me a little bit about yourself and why you're seeking this office.
Jason, I have always been an advocate for public education, so it just seemed like a very natural approach, quite frankly. I began my involvement in public education as an advocate in the early 1980s and actually became really involved in 1992 when we passed the LOB. So it had to do more with K-12 and the involvement. My husband's an educator, and it just seemed like a natural fit. So when the time came 4 years ago to consider running, I was asked to run and thought it would be a good fit, and it has been a very good fit. It's something that comes very naturally to me. I am a public servant first, and so it just has been a really good fit.
Excellent. If elected, what would be your top 3 agenda items as a trustee, and how would you work towards the betterment of the college and the education it provides?
There's actually 3 of them. First is fiscal efficiency, the second is collaboration, and the third one is institutional excellence. Fiscal responsibility is just one of the actual 3 responsibilities of a trustee, so that's just kind of a natural fit as well. The second one is collaboration, and that's one of the ones that I used the first time that I ran, and I think that's where I have really found myself to be able to provide some strength with networking in the community and just being involved in things outside of the college that actually connect with the college. And the third piece is institutional excellence. So we want to continue all 3 of those things in the next 4 years.
Thank you, Nancy. With respect to paying for the cost of educating the college's students, where do you stand regarding tuition increases versus mill levy increases, and what is the appropriate way to balance those?
That is a great question. There's not too many pots for money dollars when it comes to to higher ed. First of all, the state funding has remained fairly flat over the past few years, certainly since I have been on the board. So we really don't consider that to be a pot that we can pull from. It really does boil down to the mill levy. It boils down to student tuition. And it's just finding that balance. I did support the $1 increase that we just voted on recently. And secondly, we also voted on a smaller decrease to the mill levy of 0.15, which I also supported. It is a balancing act. That's the best way to describe it. And you just have to look at what's out there at the time and make the right decision based on the information that you have.
Excellent. So Kansas is experiencing all-time low unemployment rates, and many employers are struggling to find qualified workers, especially in technical and skilled trades. What role should JCCC play with regard to workforce readiness locally and statewide?
We need to be a leader. We are seen as a leader throughout the state. I'm involved in the state association, and they certainly look to us for ideas, support, innovation. But I think it's just being that leader. What I have learned in the past 4.5 years is the focus of that student population from 18 to 21 and how the workers are needed in our community. But it's that group of just getting out of high school, 18 to 21, that there's a lot of pressure on those kids. Are you going to work? Do you need higher ed? Higher ed's always going to be important. As we look into the future, we're still going to need higher ed for a number of the jobs that will be available in the next 20 or so years. But right now, that leadership that we can provide with making sure that classes are relevant and affordable and accessible will always be an important priority.
What is your vision for the college 10 years from now?
It's to remain a national leader and a statewide leader in supporting our other community colleges as well as those across the nation. It's to be a leader in completion, retention, and measurements that we value. And there are probably some things out there that we haven't even measured that we will again measure in 10 years and that will be important to us. As an institution, we do a lot of things very well, and we need to toot our horn a little bit better, I think. JCC has earned the right to be the first choice for higher ed here as a community and within our county and actually within the metropolitan area. We do a lot of things very well.
Excellent. Any final thoughts on why someone should vote for you?
I've thought a lot about that, and I don't think you'll find anyone who cares as much as I do, or who is willing to put in the time and effort. We have a great board. It's great to be a board member because there are 7 people who care about Johnson County Community College, and I want to be one of them.
Thanks, Nancy. We wish you the best.
Thank you.